Raphael, I'm just informing you that I'm recording this. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. I'm handing you the rent check. If you don't accept it, it will go against you when I go to the tribunal. This is my rent. This is the rent check. I'm recording this. If you don't accept it and take it as rent, it will be viewed as a waiver of rent, and I will not be required to pay rent. This is being recorded. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. This is the rent check. If you refuse to accept it, 2 weeks. If you refuse to accept it, then it will be waived in a court of law. You need to put it in the bank. And don't say to me that you're not going to accept a check. I'm recording this. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Can you show me the lease?
We have a lease. It was written on the 5th of June. I gave you a copy. My friend Tyson has written a statutory declaration saying that he saw me give you the copy. I have a stat dec with a witness who saw me give you the copy. This is being recorded.
When they started, when finished?
We started on the 13th of June. It's written on the lease. This is being recorded, and I will be using it at the tribunal next week.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not really sure what's going on here.
He wrote a lease. We have a lease. It's in writing. He's saying that he doesn't have a lease. He's saying I didn't pay the first 2 weeks' rent. I gave him cash for that. He told the police I didn't pay him any money. So from now on, I'm paying the rent by check.
So you're up to date on the rent?
Yes. Now, once he actually, well, the first rents I paid were in cash, but I'm not doing that again because he's lied about it and he said that I didn't pay.
He doesn't remember things, but did you pay the bond?
He never asked me for a bond. He didn't want anything like that because he doesn't want to have to pay tax on it.
Look, I have a receipt.
You didn't give me a receipt?
Ever have a payment.
Oh, don't lie.
Hang on. So you're saying you paid 2 weeks in cash?
Yes, on the Saturday, the 13th of June, I did. In this room here, sitting in this chair, at the front window, and you didn't give me a receipt. That's where we wrote the lease as well.
Not to receive any money. In fact, I have taken
Well, why do you think that I'm paying everything by check from now on?
For 4 or 5 weeks, back and forth.
No, you didn't help me for 4 or 5 weeks. You gave me 4 trips within the 1 week.
Okay. Start from now. Can we make a proper lease?
We have one in writing already, but it's your responsibility as the landlord to go to a newsagent and buy the forms. It's not up to me to do that.
So what sort of lease have you got?
We've got one in writing, a handwritten lease.
She have something herself without my permission.
No, we didn't. He's got no memory of these things.
I go on the 24th of...
I'm turning up at the tribunal, but also he wouldn't accept it as a check, which will go against him at the tribunal. I've got a receipt for a piece of glass that I bought to replace for the broken window. I couldn't get in. That was the only way I could get in. I have a receipt. I'll be presenting it at the tribunal.
Can you encourage this person to do the right thing? She can start if she pay every week.
I'm paying every week, but when you tell the police that I haven't paid and you didn't give me a receipt for the first 2 weeks because you didn't want to declare it on your tax.
See, now you have a check.
Yes, and from now on everything's going to be done in check because you lied to the police.
From now then.
No, that is for the rent from the 27th of June to the 10th of July.
This is just for that reason. And you know what this is done? When is she talking to me?
Notice that I'm recording this.
She records, see? And a lady from Barilla ring me, and she have said, in fact, she said, now her. And now, do you know her?
Who are you talking about? I don't know.
Talk about because when you talk me here, another from
There was a lady living downstairs about 2 years ago. I met her the day that she came here.
Not 2 years ago.
What's the problem seems to be that you reckon you paid 2 weeks and you reckon...
He's saying I didn't. All right. I also gave him $30 for his petrol.
She got to go. She have a broken glasses.
I've got a receipt for the broken glass.
For 6 months.
I've got a guy coming who's a friend of mine who's going to chisel it out and put it back in. I've got the glass downstairs. I can show you.
See, okay, from now on, bring me a copy of this document because I don't
I
have.
gave it to you, and I've got a witness who saw me give it to you.
I don't have it. In fact, questa persona è disgraziata, è stata nella mia proprietà e ha rubato roba, ha rubato pure questa.
I've got a witness who saw me give him the copy of the lease.
Questa è una
Because
lascia.
we sat down and wrote it out
you
together.
got it in papers, so
I've got it
if
written
he
down.
misplaces
Hey,
things, there's no doubt
Hey,
about that.
Yeah,
come
okay.
lasciamo.
He's probably got it in there
Io?
somewhere.
All right.
If he hasn't, you give him another copy.
I'm happy to give him another copy. But he keeps saying to me that he doesn't have a copy. I've already given him 2 copies.
So
And he keeps
I have
wanting to
already,
change the lease.
Sì, lei è andata tu alla illegal azienda e Mr. Stanizzi cost me without do anything. Remember before? And she go back and forth.
He helped me move in.
To get this people.
So you've been a dealer or a legal service?
Yes.
I've been down to the
Yes.
tenancy
And that's
agreement.
why
Yeah.
When you paid him the
If
money
you
On the first day, yeah.
did you pull that out of your bank account?
Yes, I did.
So if you showed, because what's the rent? Is it
320
a week?
for 2 weeks.
So 160 a week.
Yeah.
So you'd have a statement that shows.
Yes.
can you show that?
And I've got a statement that shows that I put 320 into my account for this too.
I have it, this thing here, and when you pay,
You never gave me one on the day.
you didn't ask.
It's not my responsibility. As a landlord, you've got to give a receipt.
And listen, questa è venuta da 9th Berkeley Road, right?
I also have
E questi people che erano là erano scontenti da lei e lei non aveva andare e io ci ho dato.
he did help me move in between the 5th of June and the 13th
Can
of
you
June.
show?
And I gave him $30
Okay.
petrol money for that.
I want you can you show my she not allowed me in? I want you guys have a look.
He used to go into my house before I changed the locks when I wasn't there, and there's a pair of shearers, garden shears, that are missing out of my house. There's also a container full of cat food that's missing from outside the front door. My plant got moved to around the side, which I didn't give him permission to do. So he just interferes all the time. That's why I changed the locks, because you were coming into the house when I wasn't at home. As a landlord, you must give 2 weeks notice in writing.
I'm supposed to have, in the case of a fire, the keys.
And you know why I won't give it to you? Because you come into my house when I'm not home. That's why I will not give you a key.
But I go to your house, which is my house.
If you're renting it to me, it's mine.
I mean, si fa quello che vuole. Lei deve andare.
Do you like living here because the relationship doesn't look too good at the moment?
I'll be moving as soon as I can afford to.
Right?
But I've got money coming at the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm just saying, obviously, this relationship's not.
If you do
it gets along fine when he's in his normal mind. Okay. But when he goes like this, it's no good because he makes claims that aren't true.
La porta lì la ruti, tanti porti la ruti.
Yeah. It's going to be like this all the time.
Va bene la vista a finestra.
He probably shouldn't have let you in.
Yes, so because I have ring married too. They have furniture there and lei ci mette I gatti. Andiamo a vedere. No, è terribile perché là c'erano.
He had a sign out the front saying he had a room to a place to let downstairs. He had a flat to let.
Yeah, I realise that.
Yeah.
I said to him, it'd be better off if he didn't get it then, because I knew we'd have trouble with anybody.
Yeah. I've paid my first 2 weeks' rent. That's my second 2 weeks' rent. And I will not be paying by cash because he claims that I don't pay my money.
Thank you, Mickey, because he cannot trace that person. Okay, can you show my son? I stop for the cheat.
No, I'm recording it because you will try and say that things were different.
How long do you want to fix the glass?
I've got someone who
why
can
you
fix
keep
it.
that room there was not yours. So why you keep that room?
Because when you took the fuses out of the electricity box, that was the only room in the house that had electricity.
Disgraziato. Lei si prendeva i fuse, si metteva da bega, andava
I had no fuses in the electricity box. I've had the police here twice.
Yeah, all right. See, tu le prendevi e take it with you and accuse me. What I do with the
You
fuse?
pulled the fuses out of the electricity box.
You put it in.
You pulled the fuses out of the electricity box.
No.
Yes, you did.
You did.
No, I didn't. I used to take them out because you used to pull them out.
See?
The second ones I got, the man on the corner in the house in this street down here, his name is Roman. Roman came and replaced the fuses because you already took them out.
You have a get out my line into you, or you think the customer $300 telephone. Why you did that?
You asked me to get you internet.
See?
You asked me to put the internet on. Everything is recorded.
Internet over here, and she have
there's a conversation that Telstra has recorded where you spoke and gave permission for me to talk on your behalf, and we connected the internet, and we were going to share the cost of the internet.
Alexa, and she says, we know she have used it, and you pay only $30.
Really?
So,
I doubt that.
No, you did it.
I doubt that. You gave permission for me to make sure that there was internet. You had to talk to them first of all. You had to give your date of birth and your name, and then you handed the phone over to me, and we set up the internet at $110 a month from your own phone. They wouldn't have let me do it without your permission, without you speaking on that same phone call.
Do you go?
Is it wireless?
It's got a modem, but when he got the shits with me, he pulled it out, and I'm not going to pay half the cost because he's not letting me use it.
So he gets to build it.
Yeah, it's in his name.
What's it got?
The modem.
Internet.
Yeah.
I don't have internet.
You have a modem that you won't put in the wall. You have a modem they gave you that you won't put in the wall because you don't want me to use it.
Permission from a staircase there.
No, I didn't. I don't have a key to get in.
She gotta go. But if we start a new thing and you change on the better, you can start.
Listen, I have always wanted to do the right thing, but you're the one who changes the story.
You gotta come to the tribunal.
I'm happy to go to the tribunal because I've got lots of evidence to show that I've done the right thing.
I have my application to the tribunal.
I know. It's the 21st of July, and I'll be there, and I'll bring all my evidence, and you don't stand a chance.
See?
Not only that, you raised your walking stick at me as if you were going to hit me.
I know you're the walking stick.
You were walking up the side there. You had a stick in your hand, and when you were shitty with me, you raised it to me, and you were going to hit me. And I said, go right ahead. I said, go right ahead, because if you hit me, I will have you charged.
I don't want to go down and look at it.
No,
I'm not going down. You can't go in there.
Michele viene bene perché questa è bugiarda. See? Look how much stuff she got.
I'm on my way out, and I will be taking these things with me. But this is all recorded, and I have evidence to show.
I don't have a check.
So if he were to accept that you paid the 2 weeks, everything would be sort of square, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if he puts that in the bank, I'm up to date.
I put the check here. Where's the check?
See what it is.
Yeah, where is the check?
Now, your son witnessed me give it to you.
Yeah,
your son witnessed me give you the check. You cannot deny that I've given you the check.
That's why I want we have this. We make
no, but listen, she paid the rent from what I can tell. So the 2 weeks that you reckon she didn't, she has paid it.
I went to her bank, and my bank card is gone, and they're gonna have make another one.
Ah, that's not true.
And she never paid 1 cent.
No, now, you never gave me your bank account details. You've asked me to put it in your bank, and you said to me to go to the bank and give your name, and they will put it in. But they don't work like that. I must have your account
She
number.
talk about herself. Okay, come have a look at me.
No, you're not going inside, Raphael.
Lei ha rotto tutti i conservatrici di me. E c'è dei gatti.
I'm not interested. We don't need to go down there.
Yeah, but c'è a fotografia mutuale. Voglio
I'm
fare
not
una
going down there. I'm sorry.
voglio fare una fotografia.
You can't go down there. It's her property.
No, a di fuori. Da dentro. Di fuori, come on.
Raphael, I'm happy to pay the rent. I'm happy to do the right thing, but you've got to remember what has
Voglio
happened.
vedere, devo fare la fotografia di fuori. Vieni a vedere.
No, I'm not. Finish it, all right? There's nothing to do, all right?
Allora, what we have to do?
I'm just going for a
I
visit.
keep the head up to
I just came to
destroy,
see if you're all right.
or break a window, enter into my property.
And Raphael, I've got a piece of glass down there that I'm going to put back in the window. I'm on a job seeker pension. I can't afford to have a window replacement
A couple months
person.
ago,
It's $140
You-
to get them to put it in, so I bought the glass instead. It only cost me $25.
why you break it?
Because I locked myself out. I locked myself out. You didn't lock me out. I locked myself
You said
out.
in front of me to the police,
That's-
I locked you up.
No, I didn't. I said I locked myself out.
Lei c'ha tutti gli anni. E lei può entrare anytime on my place. Allora ci ho dovuto mettere un bolone per un leo muore. Ma
I'll talk to her and see. I'll try and help
Yeah,
her
thank you.
remember.
Thank you.
ma voglio...
I've got
No, non devo dire, solo
the
per
receipts
curiosità.
here for the glass.
Vedi come ha fatto le sorte, vedi, vedi.
Here, I'll just show you the receipt for the glass. Here's the receipt for the glass. I've got the pane downstairs, and I've got a friend who's a young man who's able to replace it.
So she's bought the glass, so she's going to replace it.
But almost 2 months.
No, 2 weeks. I haven't lived here 2 months. I'm waiting for a man who's going to help me on the weekend. He works till 10 o'clock at night. I can't get his help during the week. He's going to help me on the weekend.
Hey. So why you had to call to Green Street and all of these lawyers?
I went there because you took the fuses out of the electricity box.
Yeah, see?
Out of the electricity box.
For questo non c'è posto.
Did he really do it?
Yes. I've got a man who lives on that corner.
Vedi,
You
vedi
can
che
drive down to the bottom of the road,
ha
turn
tirato
right,
le mie
and it's
pure
a house
lei.
on the left on the corner. His name's Roman.
Mick,
He came up
vieni a
here,
vedere, lei ha
took a
tirato...
photograph of the electricity box, saw the fuses were out, went to his friend who's an electrician, and the man who's his friend is
Lei
had
non
some
pagato
spare
rente.
fuses,
Io ho dovuto
and
pagare
they
la
gave the
rente.
fuses to me.
Did you have had any electrical?
I asked a man who's an electrician to give me the fuses, yes, because I couldn't afford them.
Did you have had any electricity?
Did you connect your own?
Yes, I've got my own electricity.
She connected. He supposed not.
Why not?
Because I said, we said, when the bill come, half each.
Yeah, but
She's
that's
got
a
her own
different.
electricity.
That's a different meter,
See,
and it won't. The
yes.
electricity won't turn on
Questa,
if it's not in my name.
questa criminale, lo sai che si fa? Io devo pagare per 2 case.
No, she put it in her name, so she pays for that one.
Io ho 2 case qua e il comune ti manda due pagamenti,
Yeah, one for her.
come
one for
erano
you.
prima. No, apposta l'abbiamo cacciato.
There are 2 meters, Raphael, and the meter.
Apposta. Ma vedi com'è? Lei è una criminale, infatti io sono andata a Gorilla e mi ha detto di questo e lei mi ha detto di questo. Perciò è un'organizzazione.
You know the current tenant at his property over really do.
No, I
That's
don't.
what he's saying.
No, I don't.
100%, quello me l'hanno detto pure io.
I know the lady that was renting down here about 2 years ago. That's
Vedi,
who I
vedi,
know.
vedi cosa? Tutto sa.
There was nobody here.
There was a lady that came for an interview when I came and had a look at the place 2 years ago, and I thought she actually ended up moving in.
Nobody's lived downstairs for a long time, maybe 10 years at least.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, all right. Well, at the time I talked to her out the front after we finished, and she said to me, I think I'll take it, but then obviously it hasn't happened, you know. So we were both looking at the house at the same time. Yeah.
A mettere la corrente là e infatti
So just to clear up, you got the power put on in your own name.
I did, so that
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't.
He thinks he's going to have to pay your
No,
power.
I've
if
got.
it's in your name, it's your responsibility.
Yes, that's right. I've got.
I have paid.
You're paying your own electricity. She's going to pay her electricity.
He's not have to here. He's not allowed to.
You just,
I have to give it permission. I not have to. She have no
there's two
proper
girls.
lease. She got a.
Raphael, you said I could have the flat, and I said I would put the electricity on in my name. It's in the lease. It's in the lease that I put the electricity on in my own name.
L'ha scritto lei stessa che io non sapevo manco il suo nome. Ha entrato dentro, io non sapevo manco il suo nome. Ma per favore, me ne vede la box, perché sennò quella box è tutta così.
On the lease.
Allora ci posso mettere che quello là che la chiudono e quando vengono a
I've got the
leggere
lease here if you want to have a look at it. Do you want to have a look? Yeah.
Voglio che se è così, nessuno deve aprirla ancora. Allora l'elettricista quando viene a misurare la cosa,
And on the back of it, it talks about my animals there.
So you wrote this?
I wrote it out because he showed me a copy of a residential tenancy agreement, and I copied it from that, you know, like as in how we're supposed to have the landlord's name and my name and have the length of the lease and the date it starts and the money that gets paid.
Mickey, io non l'ho vista questa, ma posso vedere? Io non l'ho avuta.
Well, he's saying he hasn't got a copy.
But my friend Tyson stood here with me while I handed him a
You
copy.
probably have this and you
No,
can't remember because
I not
that's
have
what you
it.
do all
I
the
not
time.
have it.
Can we get a copy?
Yeah, sure. My friend Tyson stood out the front while I handed it to him and watched
If
it.
I tell somebody have been in my place and they will put, so can I have a copy?
You may have a copy. I'll go up to the post office right now and I'll get you a copy. Okay?
No, I have you have a
copy machine?
He's got a fax copy. I can copy it if you trust
Yeah,
me. I'll
okay.
bring it straight back. He'll probably lose it again.
This is in a piece of paper.
Do you want are you taking it in?
Just in there, yeah. So that
Well,
way,
I'm concerned that you won't give it back. That's the only thing.
Well, it's up to you, but yeah,
I can go up to the post office and get a copy right now.
No, but curiosità voglio che tu vedi.
But I've also, Tyson, my friend, who helped me move in, some of the things that were too big for Raphael to fit in his car, he stood here while I handed Raphael a copy.
Okay.
So,
if you want to stay,
there's no doubt you probably go to him.
if you want to stay, we get the blue.
Yeah,
form.
I'm happy to do that, but it's your responsibility.
And they start from now,
Yeah.
like a new one.
Well, it has to start from the 13th, because that's the day I paid my first rent. I gave you cash. And because...
She paid you 2 weeks' rent, $320.
And because you told the police that I didn't give you any money, from now on I'm paying you by check. I'm not going to pay you by cash anymore.
I said to you to pay in the bank of yours.
But you wouldn't give me your account number. I was happy to do that as well.
No.
Because...
You don't have to, because they have my name.
This is his excuse.
I've been there now to the bank, and in fact they have my card, and I cancelled the card. But she never paid 1 cent. She promised me pay.
That's not true. I paid. The reason that I'm now paying you by check is because you're accusing me of not paying you any rent.
See?
You're saying I've never paid.
Now what I can do is that lo faccio a pezzi. Si sta pagando solo questo, noi ci devi dichiarare tutti che l'ho pagato. Io ho solo questo, ma io non posso
I have a really good...
Quando vado allo tribunale, mi devo aiutare, me lo scrivo,
I have
ti voglio vedere, tu puoi dire pure questo.
I have a very good rental history at my last place. I've got every 2 weeks I can go and produce a rental history form. Every 2 weeks I paid on the Monday, every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
What's going on here is he can't remember. That's all.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
When you come in, I thought you was in need. That's why, okay.
Raphael, you just don't remember, that's all.
What?
You don't remember our agreements, that's all. But you're
What
arguing
is
with
all?
me.
Did he sign that?
Yes, he did.
Can I have another look?
Yes.
See, but
And the one on
you
the back.
signed it, see? And hang on, and you signed it again, see?
I'm-
So, and you
I'm
can't
a better.
remember.
I will
No,
give
no,
you
no,
a
no,
copy.
no, no.
I will give you a copy.
No, but
I want to keep the original because I have to have the original. Because if you get hold of it, you won't give it back to
can
me.
I see it?
You can look from a distance.
Look, vedi?
I'm concerned that you'll pinch it off me and you won't give it back to me.
No, 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 no.
All right? This says that I've got to pay you 2 weeks rent in advance and then keep in advance.
You signed it.
Non è mai signature.
It's your
Lei
signature.
non me l'ha mai fatto vedere.
Alright.
You've seen his signature, you know what it
Yeah, that's his
is.
signature.
And-
You signed it, right? And she paid you the 2 weeks rent. This is all arguing about nothing.
I did.
You're just not remembering. You've got dementia.
No. I didn't see this piece of paper before. You have.
I gave you a copy of this when Tyson was here. What happened when we first signed the lease was you said that you'd lost it. Then I wrote this one out because it's the same as the first one, and I got you to sign it, right? And the only thing I added was the part about the animals on the back. Because you said I was allowed to have my chickens and my cats here, right? So that's the only addition to it. The rest is the same as the first one.
What about? Lei c'ha un mezzo dozzina di gatti e si hanno mangiato i pulcini. E io ti vai a mantenere quello cosa. Posso tu voglio mostrare? Voglio fare una fotografia.
You've told
Perché
me.
You
devo
told her
andare
she
sul
could have a
tribunale?
cat. What did you tell her she could have a cat if the cat's a problem?
He said he loves animals.
Di fuori, non di dentro, di fuori.
And I've got a chicken, and you were happy for me to bring my chicken too.
Sì, sì, aveva chicken, ma dice che c'è pure il suo.
One chicken.
Ma vieni a vedere. Vieni a vedere come ha consumato tutte quelle robe che non ho. E lei non era sua, era più.
It's just that you don't
Ha rotto
remember.
la finestra per andare lì.
He's got dementia,
Voglio
obviously.
che scrivi questo. Lei ha rotto la finestra.
I'll give you another copy.
Quello non era suo posto. Vieni a vedere. Vieni a vedere.
I don't want to go down and look. There's nothing to look at. This is about the rent. That's all it's about.
Sorry. But I'm really glad that you were here. I can produce, if you want to have a look at it, I can produce rental history from my past place that I was living at, and I pay my rent every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt. You paid him and he can't remember that. He didn't give you a receipt and he can't remember.
One of the things he said to me was he was worried about losing some of his pension. And so because of that, and because I thought I could trust him, I didn't ask for a receipt. You know, I didn't want to cause him a problem. I was grateful for having a nice place to live in, and I didn't want to cause him a problem. But
how did you know I wanting you rent? I did not for many years. I did not rent. Once
you had a sign out the front,
I
flat for
considered
lease.
the poor person
See that?
has nowhere
See
to
that
go.
sign down there? It was out the front. That sign that says flat for lease with your phone number on it.
Let her have the property. There's no doubt about that.
And you helped me move in.
God.
You helped me move in. I've got witnesses who saw you packing your car from the place I used to live
This
before.
was not for let. I had the gorilla one.
Why would you move me in if you don't want me here?
E lei sa da me.
Why would you move me in if you don't want me here?
Loro stanno distruggendo alla gente buona. È andato
Anyway, I'm going to go and get a photocopy of this. Sorry, what's your name? Michael, thank you. Okay.